Howdy, Annette.
Hi, Ann. 22.3 is done.
It's in the books.
Yes. How did it go?
It
It was so hard, wasn't
went.
it? It was the hardest one for me.
Yeah,
Or
like,
felt
well, we were both nervous,
the
right?
worst.
Because we were like,
Mhm.
oh crap, it's going to
Mhm.
be like all these things.
Oh yeah, we thought it would be more. More things
Yeah,
anyway.
more
Yeah.
things than just, but I made myself a goal. So I had the bandwidth to sit down and like think about. So Monday, Ethan programmed something quite similar. It
Mhm.
was 50 thrusters
Oof.
in a row,
Wow, that's
then
worse.
200 dubs. And then you were supposed to get to the bar and you were supposed to do, I think it was 15 pull-ups, 15 chest to bar,
Okay.
or maybe there was a toes to bar in there, and then 10 bar up.
He had it all just in a different order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was good that we did the 50 thrusters because I really figured out a pace that was manageable for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was the day I got 100 double unders, not in a row,
Woo-hoo.
obviously. I mean, not maybe obviously to some people, but
That's great.
and it took me 7 minutes and 20 seconds essentially
Okay.
to get those. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I can get like 20 in a minute.
Yeah.
So I had a great foundation, I guess, to
Yeah.
make a prediction of. And so I wrote out, I wanted to hit these certain times. And then I shared my plan with the person who was judging me.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I predicted I'd finish the pull-ups at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Then I would finish the double unders around 5 minutes. And that I'd finish the thrusters between like 8 and 9. And I was a minute and a half over with my prediction for the pull-ups.
Okay.
Annette, is it because I'm older and I learned it when I was older? I just don't have this like fast turnover of like being able to do a lot fast.
It will
like
come.
In pull-ups. You think it will come?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like a progression of where you are. And yeah, you're not quite there, but it will
Yeah.
happen.
I repped myself once.
Like, oh, really?
That was a shitty one.
Yeah.
But for the rest, I mean, I felt like I was definitely getting my chin was like at least a couple inches above the bar. The dubs, oh my goodness. I did them way faster than I thought.
Cool.
I finished the pull-ups a minute and a half late, but I finished my double unders at 15 seconds over my prediction. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That they just kind of like
you
happened.
gain time on that. Yeah.
I also wonder when somebody else is counting, does it help? Like how many times do I recount myself?
It's nice. Yeah. I
It
really like
is.
that.
I know.
Spoiled for the open, just having someone count. Yeah, that was cool.
And then I did 7 thrusters every 45 seconds was my plan.
Wow. Okay. That's
and then
faster, I'm sure. Then that's probably a lot faster than what I did.
So my goal was to get to chest to bars somewhere between 8 and 9 minutes. And at 8:28, I got to chest to bar. So
is that what the tie break time was? What they call that? So do you have it written what your tie break time is? Because I think that's probably what it is.
Oh,
it's like
yes. Yep. That's the tie break time.
Because I guess a lot of people will not get any. And so
chest to bars.
Yeah.
So it depends on
like now you'll be ranked.
Interesting.
If you don't get any, all the people who don't get any chest to bars, they'll be ranked on the tie break time.
Okay. That makes sense.
How fast did you do the stuff
right.
you did?
Because if everybody finishes the workout or like, if these 20 all finish, you have to have some sort of differentiation. That makes sense. And I attempted my chest to bars. I think I tried probably like 8 of them, maybe.
Yeah, that's
I don't
texted me
fast enough, or I don't know.
Hard enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe there's a little fear there because the one time I did kip pretty big and I let go of the bar, it seemed like a long drop. down. I was like,
Ah.
whoa,
Is your
weird.
bar really high?
No,
Uh, Are you afraid, like with the
perception.
kipping, with like a big kip, that you'll, like your hands will fall off the bar or
Yeah,
something? Oh,
maybe.
probably
And
not gonna
Brittany
happen.
afterward suggested trying a chest to bar with a switch grip. And I
Wow, that's
didn't think of that. She's
interesting.
like, we don't normally have people do that
Yeah, I've never
just
heard of
because
it.
it's not a progression to getting to a
Uh-huh,
bar muscle. You can't do that in a bar muscle up.
uh-huh.
But in a situation like this, just to basically try to get your chest up there any way you can.
Yeah.
And then I had the weird allergy attack. So
That was
Monday,
after, right?
I did the double unders.
Uh-huh.
Leaving the gym, I sneezing like crazy. And I had this runny nose, awful. It happened again on Monday. It is not possible that I am allergic
Allergic
to
to
an
double
activity.
unders. Yeah, it's
So
unlikely.
is it the chalk that's like getting up from the floor?
Oh,
Or I'm racking my brain trying to
possible.
figure
I
out.
mean, definitely like you're probably breathing harder with those than anything else, maybe.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
maybe it's like a when you breathe really hard
That I'm getting more of
allergy.
the,
I don't know, or more
yeah.
chalk or something. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Very
So
strange.
I might try like to do some double under practice in the area of the gym that doesn't have chalk on the floor
Yeah.
to see if maybe I am kicking up a lot more or, kicking up more
Yeah.
chalk and then having the breathing heavier
Yeah.
combination because it is not fun.
Yeah.
And I need to go to Rite Aid because Rite Aid brand of allergy medicine is the only one that seems to work.
Hmm.
Name brand stuff does not work anymore.
Hmm.
Walgreen brand, wouldn't you all the same?
I wonder what they're putting in there.
I know. It makes me nervous.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. So I was pleased with my prediction
Yay. Yeah.
and I know where I need to continue to work, which is
Yep.
on the in gymnastics portion. And I also had that reminder to stay in your lane
Hmm.
because I was still working on my pull-ups
Hmm.
when people were doing thrusters.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just a mental, like, okay, get back in the zone of what
Hmm.
you're focused on and then remind myself I'm competing against myself. And last year I would not have been able to do this workout
Yeah.
or it would have
Exactly.
been a very different looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
Thanks. Okay.
I mean, I'm
Tell
just
me about
thrilled.
yours. I'm
Okay.
so excited.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm just thrilled like that that we did our X for all three workouts. And it
I
wasn't like
know
we
it's
just did 1 or 2 reps. Like we did a solid,
right.
yeah, like a bunch of reps. So I guess I'll back up and say, because you know how I showed you a picture of my aura ring, what that said?
Yes. Oh,
Like
and right.
my
I didn't
ring.
even mention my 4 hours
Yeah.
of sleep and how
Right. Yeah.
I
You
woke
only
up
got
and I'm like,
4.
this is not going to be good because I
Hmm.
am just, my legs were wrecked from
Hmm.
Tuesday and I got a lot of sleep last night.
Good. Very
But
good.
I don't have that like really cool technology that you do. So
Well,
talk
you knew
about
you got
that.
4 hours of sleep.
Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, so I mean, background, okay, Wednesday, and this, yeah, I haven't told you yet. So Wednesday, I got kicked out of my writing group. So
What?
yeah. So I was like,
What the fuck?
I mean, I was less upset than I thought I would be. I kind of like, I had an intuition it was going to happen eventually, as far
Okay.
back as, this summer we got a 5th member. And I was just like,
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to be on the way out here. And then they all started
Oh,
getting like more intense about stuff. And I was like having a hard time, like everybody wants to meet more. And now we have 5 people. So it's like, we've got more to read every time and
Yeah.
to, critique. And then more, the meetings are like 4 hours. And
Oh my
so, and
gosh.
they, and they've moved them, we used to have them like once every 5 weeks, maybe 6. Like we'd aim to have it once a month, but it often would be later. And now it had moved up to like every 3 weeks. And then,
Oh my
and then,
gosh.
like I started just having these little issues. And the woman who is basically the founder of
Mhm.
it. I mean, she's had it since like 15 years ago. Wasn't sure if I think one of the other women had been there, if not the whole time, then almost since the beginning. But, so it's basically this one woman's group. And then like, she felt like she started walking on eggshells or some bullshit, excuse my language, because of like my directness. And I guess the last straw was,
When they changed your bio?
no, it was after that. They started, so this, this reading that they're having that I withdrew from, like they started texting all about it. And I'm getting like, group text with all of
Oh,
us.
that's
And I'm getting
annoying.
like so many texts. And all I did was to please, can we please bring these discussions to email, except when it's time sensitive. And I
Yeah.
said, please, like I was very careful this time, right? But
Oh my word.
anyway, so
How long
yeah,
had you been with that group?
3 years. And it's really interesting to me because I realized, so like 18 years ago is when I left LMU, and I had started that 3 years before too. And like in Vedic astrology, the nodes of the moon, the very karmic points, they take 18 years to come around again. And it just felt so
Mm.
similar because it was like, in that situation, I was like, okay, I'm going to stay here one more year. I gave that formal notice. And then the chair of the department, who was very, jealous of me and just petty, and we just had a hard time getting along.
Mhm.
She basically, I mean, they kicked me out. They're like, basically like, oh, you don't want to be here. So, here, we're kicking you out, before you, like, people, I mean, people have a hard time when you don't want to be in their thing anymore, or do all the things in their thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, it felt really similar to where she was kind of like, I mean, I didn't have a problem with any of the other women, but she wasn't that nice about it either. So anyway, so I was,
Totally.
I wasn't as upset. Well, I wasn't as upset as she, like, I mean, she wrote me the most condescending letter, like condescending email, where she basically was like, at the end, she's like, I hope this won't, I mean, basically she was like, I hope you'll still keep writing. I'm like, bitch, you don't have this power over me. It's like, bitch, like I sold way more books than you before I even joined the group. So
Oh
there.
my gosh. I
um,
hope you'll just keep going to the gym if you don't go to our gym. I mean, that's like so petty. The similar concept of,
yeah.
okay, so if it's not a fit, that doesn't mean that
Yeah. So
then you're
that,
like, I just quit. I'm never doing it again.
yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
like, oh, like
I'm sorry.
she has the power to hurt me so much and hurt my feelings that much, And so it was like, there was
In her
always,
universe, she
yeah, there
does.
was this ambivalence anyway, because in a way it was like I was still dragging myself in this, keeping myself in this, but feeling
Hmm.
like this is a lot. And, but I thought that for the benefit of my writing, I mean, it does help to have people giving you feedback. And so it was
Hmm.
like, but I felt a little bit like I was bending over backwards. And, she used the phrase like she's walking on eggshells now around me with all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way now. I feel
Yeah.
like I I can't say anything. And like, yeah, so luckily I didn't have any evening clients. So Nick and I went to the Mexican place and had the 2 for
Nice.
$7 margaritas. Um, and that was Wednesday night. And then Thursday was a hard day, because mentally I was still like churning a little about all of this.
Mhm.
And so in the morning, even though I had worked out every day since Sunday, like Sunday, I went for a run. Then Monday and Tuesday were hard workouts at the gym. Wednesday was easier, but I was going to take off Thursday. But like, I was like mentally, I feel like I need this gym workout. And it looked
Mm.
fun and
Mhm.
short, and not like, I was going to kill myself for Friday. So I went to the gym, and then I had my group, and then 3 more clients in the afternoon and 1 in the evening or something. And it was like a lot in the group. There were a lot of people from Europe in this group that they're like really worried about the war and stuff. And it
Mm.
was just really heavy. And it
Yeah.
just felt like that whole day was really hard. And then I fell asleep pretty easily, but I just woke up early, and my ring is like telling me like, oh, your heart rate's elevated, your your hot temperature's elevated, like you're
Yeah.
asking me if I want to take a
Are
rest
you
day.
feeling okay? I was
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
asking you? That's not a good
Yeah,
sign.
and then before that is like, you want to put this in rest mode. Yeah, I think it was the lowest score I've ever gotten since I've had this thing in August.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was like, well, fuck. But so I was like, I want to do it in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, and I just was pissed I
Mhm.
was like, even this ring, I was like, I'm damn you. Like, and however I am, I'm like, I'm just gonna be really like, I need this win. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
like be really mentally tough and just like get through this workout and kill it as best I can. And
Yeah.
then so I had, like I told you, I had an extra cup of tea. Usually I just have one tea in the
And you
morning, but I
didn't
was
shit your
like,
pants.
I know. I like that's what I
But I
that
understand the concern,
I
right? Like
know. Yes, I
if you
texted.
get your little like wonky, you can have too much coffee and then
Hmm.
yeah. And then you're nervous on top of it.
Yeah.
Because
So
I don't
that's
know
what
about you, but I get the nervous poops before things like that.
exactly. Yeah. So for clarification, I texted you like I'm having a second cup of tea and just hoping I don't shit my pants.
And I understand that. And I'm so glad you didn't.
Well, how do you know I didn't?
Because I think you would have told me already.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah,
How was the workout?
so the workout was really hard. It was pull-ups were okay. Like pull-ups
Mhm.
were good.
Did
Uh
what was your rep scheme for that?
I have no memory whatsoever. I think I started out doing 3 at a
Did you have
time.
like a plan?
Yeah, I kept changing. I was like, I think maybe like if I could do like 7 sets of 3, but I don't know. So that's where I started. I can't remember if I might have gone down to 2 or 1. I can't even remember. I literally
Hmm.
don't. I have no idea. I wasn't looking at the time at all. I was just like doing, and I really didn't have as good a background as you as far as like knowing my pace on anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd done thrusters at 65 one time before, and it was horrible.
Hmm.
I think it was at the end of I don't remember the workout. I think it was one of
Mm,
the open workouts. Like when we first started preparing, we really did
okay.
an open workout. I think it might have been the one from last year where at the end of it, you do a
Did the
heavy,
complex? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was that
Yeah.
one. So that was the first time I used 65. Um, and I didn't I was bad at it. I did 65 was heavy for me. So I was, at that point, that was probably a couple months ago already, maybe. But it was like, yeah, it was the most I did was 3 in a row and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so the pull-ups were pretty good. And then the double unders were really good.
Oh, that's so
Yeah. I mean,
awesome.
for me,
Congrats.
for lately,
Right.
especially.
I mean,
Thank
all
you.
compared to previous
Yeah.
personal performance.
Yeah. I was psyched. I was just like, okay, just relax, and I had my feet were not slapping as much, or when they did, I was able to notice and transition it just to like, okay, balls in your feet, just like singles. And like, I
Mhm.
just felt like my feet were so much more relaxed than before. And so I got like, I don't know, I got a few long strings together. Of like,
Nice.
one was for sure over 10 in a
Oh,
row.
sweet.
So it was good. But man, I mean, those things wind you like nothing else.
I know.
And then the thrusters too.
Man, double unders.
Yeah.
I Is it just because we're trying to jump high?
Yeah. And very fast movement with your
Yeah.
hands. And my rope is heavy too. I don't know how much that affects it, but I wasn't feeling my arms from the pull-ups. I started feeling them during the double unders, like my triceps.
Oh, your triceps. Interesting.
It was
Because I
probably
always
more
feel
from the
my
pull-ups, but
forearms.
yeah, it was weird.
I can feel
But it
my
was,
lats today.
yeah. So and then the thrusters really hard, and I was so out of breath. And so I took like some substantial rests. And I
Hmm.
don't remember, oh, the first one.
Oh
I
no.
just lost my balance and fell
I was
back on
gonna
my
say, did
ass.
we have a kettlebell experience?
No, I
Oh
didn't
no.
hit myself. I just fell on my butt. I was like leaning back too much, which
Oh
has happened to me
no.
before in a thruster. Usually when I'm warming them up, the warm up
Really?
was fine. Yeah. So it doesn't always happen, but I've done it before a few
Okay.
times, I think. Yeah. I just end up too far back and I sit down basically. So
Fantastic.
it happened in the workout. So I sat the first one down and then got back up. I think I was still too winded from the double unders. And so I took probably a longish rest. I don't remember if I can't remember if I did all 5 in a rows, but I know my last 10 were 5 and 5 because it's just
Oh,
easier
for
to
the double
just,
unders?
no, for the thrusters.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just easier to keep going for me than it
Yeah.
is to just pick it up again.
Yeah.
Like, so
I tend to rest overhead,
yeah, that's
right?
good.
Like
Yeah, that's the best way to
take a
rest.
big breath
Yeah.
then and go again.
Yeah. So that was good. And then I had, so at the tie break, my tie break time was 8:51, which I think must be when you finish the thrusters. And then I got 13 chest to bars.
Sweet.
I failed one. I was pissed. I started,
Oh no.
yeah, because I was like, was I doing 2 at a time, or kind of like sometimes I do 1, and then I think I felt like I got my breath back a little, and then I was going
Hmm.
for 2 at a time, but then I failed the second one this one time. And I was like,
Oh.
fuck. So then I had to do singles. And yeah, but it was I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have as much of a concept of how long things took me, but I
Hmm.
was still like hoping to get 2, but not include the second round of thrusters.
Yeah.
Like, I do not want to do 75-pound thrusters, but it'd be
Yeah.
nice to get up to that. But that was clearly, too big of a stretch for me, at least that day. But
Hmm.
when I think about it, when I think like all that stuff, like I can't believe I did all that stuff in 12 minutes. Like 12 minutes is not that much time.
No.
So I'm happy.
Nice. I know when we're together, maybe you're going to have to like give me some insights on chest bars.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say we'll have them by then, but I don't know why I was thinking when I
No.
go to Denver, but we'll see each other in 2
Yes.
weeks.
Well, congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
For your
What was,
first open, you did everything RX. It's
yeah,
so
first,
badass.
first recorded official. And, I never did RX in the other times I did the open workouts. So yeah, that was great. What was weird was Trey, was like, oh, you're going to do your first bar muscle up today. I predict that. And I'm like, no, you must be high. Like I was like, you are grossly overestimating
You're like,
what I
you're
can do.
talking to Annette, right now, right?
Yeah, it was like
Like,
he basically forgot that 65-pound thrusters aren't my best thing, and that would be a lot. But yeah, I was like, what? No, you don't know. There's no way. And like, even
no.
if I did all that stuff and got
Would you even have
would I
the
have the
body to do
strength
it?
at that point
Yeah.
to do? But no, no way. And then I just like crashed. I was like, I'm gonna sit on my ass the whole day.
Nice.
I don't see clients on Fridays. So I did take a 53-minute nap right after
Yeah,
lunch.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Did you get to take a nap too?
No.
Oh, wow. But then you slept a
And
lot last night. That's good.
when I got home, I ate. So I had a big breakfast. I had 2 English muffins and 2 eggs and 3 egg whites.
Wow. That is a lot.
Um,
How soon
and then
after that can you work out? Or like what
an
time?
hour.
Wow.
I mean, I usually don't eat 2 English muffins. I'd usually eat 1, but I would eat that many eggs
Okay. Wow.
normally. Yeah, I
Okay.
have to finish chewing like about an hour before I work out.
Yeah, I feel like I'd need a little more time than that. Actually, that's the other thing I want to say about this workout is like through about half of it, I felt nauseous. Like I did
Oh
not feel
no.
good. This was like, yeah, I felt like I was gonna throw up. Like this just didn't feel good at all.
Do you
And
think it was
so,
being that tired?
yeah, probably. So I'm just proud of that. Being that tired and just the heart rate thing. I mean, I don't feel like
Yeah, the
any of
heart
the
rate thing.
other workouts pushed my heart rate up that much, or as much, I should say. A little bit the first one, but last week's with the deadlifts and burpees, I just wasn't strong enough for the deadlifts for my heart rate to ever get to, like, I had to just let it calm down just to be able to lift the bar, I guess. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, so I wasn't as out of breath as, oh my gosh,
double
yesterday's was
unders.
so hard. Yeah.
And if I mean, it sounds like your double unders went really well, but I think anytime you have to restart.
Mhm,
So in that WOD prep video, one of
mhm.
his tips was just keep the rope moving. I
Oh,
don't
I
think
can't.
I've ever been able to do so. How I get into a double under is
Mhm,
doing 2 singles.
mhm.
That's what I do.
Yeah, me too. I
But
do
I've
1 or 2.
never gone from doing a double under to going to a single. It's always been like a full
Right.
stop.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. So how are we gonna do that for the first time,
Right.
Like,
I know. And I was like, well, that's
that's
a
like
great point, but
plus honestly, it was too much for my cardiovascular system. I needed to
yeah.
take a few seconds.
Yeah. And my cardio is not super fantastic right now, but
And the
that's not the
thrust
season I'm in. So
yeah, the thrusters were also crazy heart rate stuff, and yeah, everything
yeah.
was. Yeah, I think the key to like chest to bars is you just have to swing really hard. So if you like make the swing really good, it's so much easier.
I think one of the things I might need to do is work on some more shoulder mobility
Mm,
because when I had started getting better at gymnastics, pulling type things, it wasn't until I did toes to rings that I saw success. Like, I was like, oh, I can do these. And so I'm curious if it's because there's more like
oh
movement
wow.
and
Yeah.
I could get my shoulders into a spot where I could use my muscles more effectively, and being on the
Yeah.
bar, it's very limiting to the
Yeah.
movement. I wonder about that.
Yeah. I find the bar so much easier.
It
Yeah.
seems like everybody says that, and I'm
Right.
like, yeah, but I did toes the first time so we had been practicing toes to bar, and I maybe got like 1 at a time, maybe.
Mm.
And then we had a workout where it was toes to ring and you did 10 in a row. I was
What?
getting
And you
10
did
in a
them.
row.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
interesting.
So I do wonder if that's just one of the things I have to work on is
Yeah.
there's some sort of like plane that
Yeah.
I don't move well in, or I don't
Hmm.
know. So how was your Friday night lights?
It was fun. So I was really like really tired during the day, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even know if I want to go.
Mhm.
And then I was seriously craving a hamburger.
Nice.
So Nick and I just went out and ate, and I was like, hey, do you want to stop by Friday Night Lights? And he said yes. So,
Oh,
because it was
fun.
like be nice for him to see what I'm doing all the time, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and it was cool. It was, he was happy. We were just there probably an hour, watched 2 heats or maybe 3. Yeah, I think we saw 3 heats. So maybe we were there longer. And then, I was still kind of like going around talking to people as we were cleaning up and stuff. And he was like waiting outside at that point. So I'm like, all right, he's had enough. And yeah, and I had already eaten. So I was like, I don't want to stick around, and I don't know if they're
Yeah.
going out or whatever, but I just felt like, even though I'm sort of up for it and social right now, like if I'm just sitting somewhere, I'm going to
You're
want
going
to
to
go
get
home and not be
zapped
able
and be like,
to. Yeah.
I need to be horizontal now.
Yeah. But then so this morning I was looking at the stories. So I think you follow White Belt Athletics on Instagram, right? You see, yeah, look at the stories. It's really fun, the pictures, and it's especially they end up having, so the theme was neon dance party or something. I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
do that because I literally didn't even know that we were gonna go. And so after I left, they turned off the light. They got out glow sticks and stuff and turned
Oh
out
my
the
gosh,
lights
that's
and we're
so fun.
dancing. I'm like celebrating the end of the open. I'm like, oh man, I should have just stayed a little longer. Or, yeah,
That's a really fun way to celebrate.
yeah,
Hopefully they'll do
great.
it again.
Yeah. How was yours?
I was so nervous
Yeah,
to
because
go.
you weren't even working out. You were just like
I was just going to go
socially nervous.
and so socially nervous because I don't really know anybody from like those later classes.
Hmm. So nobody
Um,
from the morning classes did.
well, there was this girl, Jamie, and she has an 18-year-old dog who was there.
Aw.
And I don't even know what kind of dog he is. He's one of those little guys that has like a scrunchy face with like
Okay.
long ears.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
looks 18.
Yeah. Aw.
There were a couple people that I've talked to a little bit, like at Barbell Club.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
It just
and
like what?
I'm so sorry. I just remembered the best thing about my
No, tell
my
me now.
workout morning.
Yeah.
It's like 5 to 9 or something in the class. Well, it starts at 9. And my friend Maggie came, and I'm like, Maggie, and she comes in and she's like, oh, I'm just here to watch Net work out just in case.
Oh.
And I was so
Hmm.
touched. Like she didn't even know about the writing group stuff
Okay.
at this
Yeah.
point. But like that was so nice for her
Oh,
to come and support me, and
that's
it
so
like
sweet.
made my week. It was one of the nicest things anyone's
Yeah.
ever done for me. And I'm
Yeah.
shouting her out because I know she's one of our loyal
That's so
listeners as
awesome.
well.
Thanks, Maggie.
Yeah, it
High
was
fives for
really cool.
Maggie.
Yeah.
That's so
So
sweet.
yeah.
Well, so Emily was my partner. Emily she hasn't been doing CrossFit for like years, but she's a former gymnast. So she's got skills.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like it was really fun to judge her because she just like floats on the bar.
Yeah.
Just like, wow. And
It
her
helps a
double
lot.
unders, I don't even think her rope ever like hits the ground. She did
Oh,
all her double unders unbroken.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she
Wow.
has 2
Wow.
kids.
That's
So
awesome.
she got a bar muscle up in warm up,
Mm.
and it was her second bar muscle up post baby.
Cool.
And then she only got one during the workout, which was kind of a bummer because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, maybe she should have saved her warm up bar muscle up for the workout.
Oh,
But
did she attempt it a few times during the workout?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
um
was a bummer about our Friday Night Lights? I mean, we missed, I guess, the first couple heats probably. And then the heats that went, I think at least one person got to try a bar muscle up, but nobody did any. So yeah,
Bummer.
I was bummed, especially for Nick to see too. I
Yeah.
wanted him to see that, and I wanted him to see butterfly pull-ups, but I guess with such long sets of pull-ups, the speed isn't the thing that, like,
Yeah.
you need to stop. So nobody was doing butterfly pull-ups
So
anyway.
when we had our whiteboard talk before we got warmed up and stuff,
Yeah.
Ethan was saying, we're going to recommend that we do these like one at a time,
Yeah.
and no one in the first classes took advice on that. Like, it was just so funny. Like,
Yes.
because yeah, people get like, I'm going to go out hot. I can do this. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit. Emily was doing butterfly,
Mhm.
both pull up and then chest to bar.
Wow.
Yeah. It was just
So
so fun
she
to
must have done
watch.
so many in a row.
She did.
Yeah.
I
Because
didn't take a
otherwise it's
picture
not
of
worth it.
her.
Like, it speeds it up
Yeah.
when you have a lot in a row. But if you're
Yeah.
not able to do
Oh,
that
she was doing
anyway,
like
like, yeah,
7,
the kip is fun.
8 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Cool.
really fun to watch.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to watch that. And then I
Um,
remembered Ethan saying, like, one of your classes, half the people can do bar muscle ups. And I was like, oh man, I wish
yeah.
we could, like, after this, we could just teleport into Anne's Friday Night Lights for a
It
couple
is
minutes.
so it's inspiring to
Mm,
watch. It's also somewhat fun in a weird, sick way
yeah.
to watch the form just like
Oh,
tank
wow.
over time, like
Yeah.
just the breakdown because I'm guessing if it was me doing the activity, I wouldn't notice it,
Yeah.
but it's such a great learning lesson to observe like, oh, wow, when you're fatigued and you're not giving yourself like some rebound time,
Mhm.
it really, your form can take such a hit.
Yeah.
So I have seen 3 people finish.
Wow. Okay. So I'm guessing Brittany and her sister,
Yep.
Ashley, and who
Brittany, I
else?
I think Brittany
Hot Bobby.
finished. I don't even
Or
know because when
we
I
not mention him anymore?
it's okay.
Okay.
Uh it's when I got to Friday Night Lights, I think he'd already gone. It
Oh.
was Hot Bobby's girlfriend.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, Hot Bobby's girlfriend.
And
Good
she
job.
did her last 15 thrusters unbroken.
What the fuck? At 95, wait, no, 85 pounds, right?
Let me get to her thing.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
Dang.
fucking impressive. Like these people make my jaw drop and it's
Yeah.
awesome. So she
Whoa.
finished at 11:46. This is Hot
Wow.
Bobby's girlfriend. Plus I like had a girl crush on her because she's got like long blonde hair and long legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh got to the barbell at 11, waited until 11:20 and went unbroken last 15 thrusters.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
She did like roll over on the floor,
Yeah.
but it was so badass. Just,
Wow.
yeah. And then Ashley, that's Brittany's sister. She finished at 7:04.
What? Holy shit.
She was finished with the entire workout
Wow.
before I got done with the first like portion.
Yeah, the first round or whatever.
Yeah, I
Wow.
don't know what you'd call that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm calling that a round because
Yeah, it
then
was
you repeat
after
those
the
same
first round.
movements, even if it's not the, yeah,
Yeah, it
same
was
numbers.
gymnastics,
Right.
jumps, and then yeah,
Yeah.
threes on bar muscle ups and unbroken thrusters. I'm guessing she can thruster a lot more than that. And then Brittany
Mhm.
finished at 8:23.
Wow. That's great.
So
Yay,
freaking
Brittany.
amazing. I
Yeah.
know. It's just, and her goal was to finish at 10:15.
Wow. That's so cool. She
I
must have felt
know.
great.
That's
Great.
so freaking amazing.
Yay. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
So my coach did 3 bar muscle ups, which I
nice.
missed. Yeah, Trey did
Oh,
3.
shoot.
So didn't get to see that, but yeah, I don't know who else did those, but like if you think about it, that's just like the beginning of the first round. I mean, of the third
Yeah,
round. It's like,
exactly.
yeah,
I mean, right. That's that's the like buy into the workout essentially.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like bar muscle ups is a big differentiation in
Yeah.
athletic ability.
I want
Yeah.
to
And it
be
was
able to, I want to
interesting
do
to
them
watch.
next year.
Oh, I'm sure you totally will be
That
able
would be
to.
so fun. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you thought I was going to do one last night, then I should be able to like do one in a year. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Although it really, I understand at least what he was going for after I saw how many people, a lot of people got like their first pull-ups or first chest to bars
Open
last
magic.
night. Yeah. So yeah, it is a
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, if you saw the sugar wad, excuse me,
No,
I am second to last on who's entered their scores in RX.
yeah. But
So
I mean, there's a lot of skilled people too, probably, or maybe not at your gym.
no,
My gym had some. Yeah.
it's the majority of the women are over 100 reps.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's intimidating. But I also have to remind myself, like a lot of these, I wrote to you, like, I'm here with the kids in
yeah.
quotation marks because they're not,
Yeah.
they're like
Yeah. They're younger.
later 20s.
Yeah.
Or,
And like my coach is older than your coach. So
and a lot of
there's
these
that.
kids, were collegiate athletes.
Yeah.
You know, people
Mhm.
attracted to CrossFit are just kind of like, oh, I was a couch potato and now I do CrossFit, right?
Maggie, who just texted me, so she's been going to a different gym. I met her at White Belt, but she's coaching at another gym, so she goes there now because I
Mhm.
guess the classes are probably free for her. So yeah, she texted me. She did 156 reps. So it's like,
Wow.
dang. How many reps?
So awesome.
This is the
There's
weirdest.
215.
Okay.
Or
This is
216, excuse
so.
me.
Let me just tell you something really weird. I
Okay.
think I was dreaming about this last night because I'm like, where could this conversation have occurred? I have this memory that somebody was asking me, or I told somebody how many reps I did, and they were like, oh, how many reps are there? That part might have been a real conversation from last night, but I think I dreamed about it because I said, I don't know how many reps. And then somebody told me, and I was like, oh, so I did half the reps. Yeah. But I didn't.
I was dreaming about snow blowers.
I wonder why. Geez, it's been really snowy there.
So I did make a treat
Oh,
for
yeah.
the athletes and the observers. I
Cool.
was shocked at how many just observers there were.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fun. And everybody brings like a cooler.
Wow.
And I never really realized how many people actually drink those seltzer drinks.
Yeah, the hard seltzer now. That is
Blech.
huge. I haven't tried any yet, but
It's
it's
again,
like,
it's this like diet
min-
culture myth that
oh, really?
carbs are bad.
Yeah, no, it's like I read somewhere like how many billions of dollars now. It's a huge portion of the alcoholic market now.
Yeah, because
Of
it's
like,
alcohol,
yeah.
right? Like I felt like Bartles and James back in the
Ugh,
day
right.
was
But that
like
had so much
alcopop.
sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
No,
it
I
was
guess these
attracting
are,
people to drink
yeah.
when they didn't enjoy the taste of poison.
Yeah.
So
No
anyway,
judgment there.
no judgment. No, I drink and it's
Yeah.
poison and I probably shouldn't drink because it's poison.
But we're gonna drink in Austin, right?
Yes. Because it's right before my cut and then I probably won't drink very much during the cut.
Oh yeah. So tell us about this. So you said you have 6 more weeks of
I have 6, well, I guess like
how does
5.
this work?
Okay, I actually have like
Bodybuilding.
3 more weeks of just like eating a ton.
Mhm.
And then I will take 20 weeks to slowly, and so this is my first one and I don't have a clear idea of what I know. I won't cut protein and I don't know how like the incremental part of it. I don't know what that will look like.
Okay. But it's like you're reducing your food
Yeah,
intake for how many weeks?
for 20. So a lot of people will do 12. I think because of my age, so hormones become an issue when you start decreasing body fat. B, because of the history of an eating disorder, uh, going as slow as possible is a really smart approach. And I'm also looking at this in more of a 3 to 5 year type view instead of
Mm,
just this one time. Even if I don't ever do something like this again,
mm,
I'm looking at it that way because I know I'm not going to look like some of those people on Instagram that do bikini comps
mhm,
because they've been doing it for years. And
mm,
to
mhm.
achieve that
Oh,
look
yeah.
is it's it's possible, but it's
It
not
sounds,
really something that I think a normal human achieves,
yeah.
at least quickly, you
Yeah.
know?
And it seems like so much work. Like for me, you know, CrossFit is kind of play, it's not, I mean, I'm not doing stuff outside of that I need to do to get ready, like pay that much attention to my diet
Mhm.
I mean, I'm, doing some mobility stuff or whatever and some exercises outside, but not a lot. But for the
Mhm.
bodybuilding, it seems like you have to pay so much attention to that stuff, right?
And I think so I chatted with a person last night who I didn't realize kind of was into that world.
Mhm.
He has I've never spoken to him until last night. Mainly because I do wonder if I'm just like unapproachable, but at the same time, if it's open gym, a lot of times people have like AirPods in, or like
Yeah.
you're not just going to hang out and chit chat with somebody when you're
Mhm.
like, I have to do this now.
Yeah.
But I had told his girlfriend, um, that's what I was doing because she had mentioned, she's like, he's a little, they had been taking pictures of him doing his workout. And she wanted to be sensitive about which ones she showed him because he's a
Mm,
little sensitive about how he looks. Well,
yeah.
he went from 165 pounds to 215 on purpose.
That's a lot of weight. That's
Yeah.
50
That's a
pounds.
lot of eating.
Yeah.
That's a lot of eating.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so that's when I was like, oh, well, isn't he a lot stronger? She's like, oh, yeah, because I am so much stronger.
Yeah.
And so we got to chatting, and, there's so much information about eating to build muscle. And
Mm.
it's an interesting world because I feel like almost all my life has been consumed about how to be smaller. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, I don't always make two and two make four in my head when it comes to you have to put on mass in order to
Yeah.
like build up more muscle to be strong.
Isn't there
And
a
that,
point? Oh, sorry.
oh no, there
Isn't
is
there,
like a point. Yeah.
yeah, isn't there a point where you start changing the composition to try to lose the fat and so your muscles are defined? Isn't that part of
Yes.
it? So is
So
that
that's
at
what,
the end or the
yeah.
20
So
weeks?
we basically have done a recomposition.
Mhm,
So I've been reverse dieting
mhm.
for it'll be I think a year in April.
I'm glad you'll
So
still be reverse dieting when we're away
yes, me
so we
too.
can eat lots of good food.
Yeah. So reverse diet for a year. Also, if I wanted to do a cut, I was struggling at the time when I had this idea I wanted to do a bikini competition. I was struggling to eat 1,500 calories a day.
Mm,
So where do you cut from that? That's not
mm-mm.
healthy,
No.
right? And my coach won't, I mean, she's like, I'm not going to let you go below 1,400 calories a day.
Hmm.
That's
Good.
just not, you're not going to be able to function. Your body's not going to make
Yeah.
its hormones, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
So I needed to get to a point where then you can start cutting.
Okay.
And I can, and it's also not, attainable. I mean, okay, it's attainable. It's not healthy long-term to think that you can live at 12% body fat.
Right.
And especially if you're trying to continue being active and making improvements and getting stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have this idea in my head of like a 3 to 5 year, like if I really wanted to be a competitor, I would think by the time I was 50, I would probably be to where I would be a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I realize now I'd have to give my body that much time to continue. Like I'm going to do a cut, but then I'm going to recomp again. And then you cut a little and then you recomp again.
Yeah. Wow.
Because that it just doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah. I guess
so
I guess also the big difference, when I was contrasting like bodybuilding and CrossFit, I guess I left out the fact that like CrossFit for me, it's like not competitive. I mean, I did the open,
right.
but like I don't foresee, doing competitions. Whereas the bodybuilding, that's what your goal is, to do competitions.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's because I needed a goal. I don't know if it's because I needed something else to like occupy some brain space.
Yeah.
I really like working out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could work out like I do. So I do 3 bodybuilding workouts a week. I don't know if I could put in that kind of effort at every CrossFit workout, if that makes sense. Yeah. Partly because there's not as much cardio right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to burn anything.
Yeah. What's interesting about this open? The longest workout was 15 minutes. And a lot of them for the elite athletes are going to be well under that. So the longest one was 15 minutes. So it's interesting because it's like, well, if they're just testing overall skill, they really didn't hit the endurance very well. That's kind of maybe not so fair.
Well,
to
and
people
then
that can do that. Which is not me,
you get to like the quarterfinal piece. And at least last year, when they only had those 3 workouts, they realized so many people got into the quarterfinals that couldn't do some of the activity. Like they couldn't do them, which was a different kind of, I don't know if that's, is this still because it's post-COVID and they were worried people weren't having access to certain things at the gym or.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what comes next year.
Yeah. You never know.
So having
Hopefully
done
wall balls.
Oh, that's right. You love the wall balls.
I love wall balls.
Using those wall balls.
So kind of like a thruster.
It is, except with like a lighter thing, even though you throw it up. But
yeah.
So
I made treats last night.
Right. Okay.
And it was a layer of brownie.
Yeah.
And then on top of that was Rice Krispies with melted butterscotch chips, chocolate chips, and peanut butter.
Oh, that sounds so
I don't know how it went over because I opened it up and put it out. Hopefully they got eaten.
Oh, you just left it there.
Yeah.
Went home.
I did. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't my favorite bar.
Okay.
I tried something new. It
sounds
when
really
I get
good.
a bar recipe, it's from the Cookies and Bars cookbook from the Grand Haven Christian School circa 1992.
That's awesome. Vintage
in which
bars.
my mom had a recipe in there. I don't think she ever made it at home. So then I asked Marilyn.
She was just like, what the fuck? I gotta donate a recipe today.
Well, and then I asked Marilyn, I was like, Marilyn, this says that you make peanut butter brownies. She's like, I've never made peanut butter brownies. Like, according to this cookbook you did. So I don't know if somebody writing it.
Yeah, everyone just like went to their Good Housekeeping magazines or like their Better Homes and Gardens book and like lifted a recipe.
I gotta outdo like Mrs. Tunis or whatever.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So there is one in there that's amazing, and it has marshmallows and chocolate chips. So it's like a gooey, yummy.
Yeah.
Ugh, so delish. It's like Rocky Road or something like that.
Ooh,
But yeah, cookies and
okay.
bars. It's always fun to have some bars. No, I will not be making those in
I
Austin.
know. Yeah, that's good.
Too much.
Be healthy.
Yeah.
We'll probably get our sugar from a margarita or two.
Yes, that's preferable.
Snack food there, supposedly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else we want to say about
the
open? Or like, I mean, we could not prognosticate, that means sort of predict, but like, what is this? Maybe next week we should talk about, if we think about it, like, what is this experience telling us? Like, are you excited? Like, I'm excited to do what? I don't know. I still want
the experience.
I want to do bar muscle up.
Highlights. I need to work on my gymnastics for sure. I learned about my body and grief.
Mm-hmm.
I cried right before the workout yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was probably good to get
tears
something out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really hope that I don't have excuses. Like like next
year, like it'll be your optimum, like there'll be
or
no
at
grief,
least,
or
at least
mm-hmm.
more of like normal life.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I hope that it doesn't seem that like I was using it as an excuse.
No.
Because I had somebody say, well, you could use that to fuel you. And I'm like,
oh, come on.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Like, it makes me really sad.
Yeah.
And tired.
Yeah.
But not the kind of tired where, so Thursday night, it was kind of a rough day, and we had that installation, and that was a whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I was lying in front of the fire with Whedon playing this dumb game on my phone. And I was listening to somebody read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I was like, I could just go to sleep right now, but I hadn't eaten dinner. And I knew, like, okay, you have to eat something because you're working out tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, I could have fallen asleep there, but then when it was actually time to be in bed, I could not sleep. Oh, although I feel like it helped me find a new potentially favorite book that I never had ever heard about. So it's in the genre of The Secret Garden, Little Women, that kind of like preteen, but like old.
Yeah.
The book is called The Lost Prince. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving it.
Okay.
It's like, it's magical right now.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't usually use excuses, I think. I feel like,
no, I don't think.
Was I being a pussy? Kind of I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I still showed up. It's not like I took 3 weeks off.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
But
yeah,
I just went easy on myself. And
yeah. And I
hope next year
that
being honest about it. Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, I appreciate though that, you kept showing up for the podcast every week.
Yeah. I got my box of tissues just in case. Yeah. I hope next year I can push myself a little harder as well. I feel like I'm still learning how to get to that point of being very uncomfortable. Yeah.
I'm not generally good at that. And that's what I was most proud of yesterday, is like, I really was like, I have to like just be uncomfortable, because there was a little more impetus yesterday because it was a competition, and because I don't know why I did air quotes that it wasn't competition,
because
right? Kind of.
You weren't really like feeling like, hey, I'm in it to like potentially win it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's why I did it.
Yeah.
The air quotes, I mean. But yeah, because of that and because of like, yeah, that I don't know. I just felt like I kind of had something to prove or, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I look
It's hard
back
to,
at like the 3 marathons, and of course the end, oh my
ugh.
God. Right?
And
Like
that's so much longer.
you're gonna barf, or
Yeah.
like you can't think straight anymore.
Yeah.
And I finished those.
Hmm.
Um, so those are probably some of the only times I've been that uncomfortable
Mm.
pushing. And
Yeah.
it's just scary, I guess.
Hmm.
It looks easier for some people, but maybe they've just tried to push themselves more times than I have. So
Yeah.
they're like practiced at it. You
Yeah.
watch those people on Instagram reels where they're basically in the middle of 22.2, like blacking out
Oh my
because
God.
they're pushing themselves so hard. Like, I don't, you know,
Do
I
people
also don't want to
literally,
like, yeah.
they literally fall down and lose consciousness or?
This one guy was like
Wow.
about to fall over the bar, and like some lady comes up and like,
Wow. So it is a real fear. I mean, it is a
yeah,
fear of
it
something
happens.
real that we're having. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Cause yeah, it just feels like, oh my gosh, like is my heart gonna explode or
Yeah.
you just feel like you gotta slow down.
Right. Right. I don't want to hide behind, well, I don't want to get hurt. I want to always be moving things safely, but I also want to take a year to like, okay, how to choose, when am I going to go ham and no, I'm not going to die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for sure we'll get stronger. That's something we can look forward to.
Yeah.
Because that seems pretty linear up to a point. I mean, not linear because I know it does like round off, like you make bigger gains in the beginning, and at
Hmm.
some point it gets harder and harder. But I think we both still have room for getting stronger, and
Yes.
that alone will make us faster.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Like
good.
I have a lot of room to make my core a lot stronger, a lot of room.
I was
And my lats.
disappointed there were no toast bar for myself.
They're fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
think
like,
the gymnastic stuff is fun.
mhm, it
It's
is.
frustrating when there could be a rhythm thing too with
Yeah.
the kip and the pull up and stuff that
Mhm.
I just haven't hit the right
That's what,
rhythm.
yeah, a lot of people have that because there are a lot of people in my gym that are stronger than me that are not doing the gymnastics,
Mm-hmm.
as well. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just, I'm used to like I have it in my muscle memory from when I was 10,
Yeah.
like that as soon and it took a while for me to get strong enough as a older adult because I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't using my arms for 30 years or whatever, or 40
Yeah.
years maybe, pretty much. You know, and so my arm strength anyway. But as soon as I had that strength come back, I think it was relatively easy for me to do the kipping and the things
Mm-hmm.
that involve kipping.
The woman I judged yesterday, Emily, she said the first time she was at a CrossFit and they had kipping pull ups, she was like, oh, I just hopped up there and like, oh, but
Yeah.
again, that was in her muscle memory. She's like,
Yes.
to do a strict one, no way.
Yeah.
But I've got this like, yeah.
Mhm.
And it's different in gymnastics. You don't do strict pull ups. I
Right.
mean,
Oh,
it's
you
all
do.
about
We
swinging.
would do it to build strength. We
Okay.
did strict pull-ups all the time to build strength.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did pull-ups and sit-ups. I think we did push-ups too. For sure, we must have done push-ups
Mhm.
and squat jumps. Oh my gosh, that was the worst. You just
Mhm.
like have your feet facing forward to, closer together than what we would do. And you swing your arms and then you jump like kind of like a long jump, but
Okay.
over and over and over, just like one jump into the next jump, like across the floor and back and across the floor and back. Yeah, it was, your
Ugh.
quads are killing. Yeah, we
But
used
I
to,
believe in my day 3 programming, I have the jumping lunges that I need to do.
ooh, those are, you get so
Plyometric.
sore from that stuff. Okay, well that's a wrap on the open.
Yeah, the open is over. Now we
Yeah,
just get to
so
watch all the people do the qualifying things. And
yeah, so yeah, share your experience with your opens with us, please. And
so wait, we didn't even do like what hurts.
yeah,
Do you have anything?
I'm just a little sore, like my lower back, like I guess from the thrusters or maybe from the kipping. I don't know. But everything just feels like kind of dead to me right now. It's just like my body feels like leaden a little bit today because I
Yeah.
did stuff for 6 days in a row, which is a lot for me. So
Yeah.
I'm
Time to
taking a
drink some water
rest.
and rest.
Yeah, today is rest. Tomorrow might be rest. Maybe Nick and I will do a hike tomorrow. We'll see.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
How about you? What hurts?
When I get up in the morning, my back hurts. Like if I sleep on my back, I need to put something under my legs.
Oh wow.
I'm just sore.
Yeah.
Again, I think this all has to tie back into dealing with the emotional stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right, friend.
Awesome. Well,
remember,
friends help
friends
friends
stay
stay
fit.
fit. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Applause to you, everyone who's done all the open workouts.